Hello friends, we are here for configuring the default website in IIS. My name is Gagandeep Singh. I am MCT, Microsoft Certified Trainer, associated with Coinix Solution Limited, which is the Microsoft partner. So, before we go ahead and configure the default website, we need to configure the default website for the public access. So, over here, we need to create some DNS records for um, public and internal access to default website. So if we first of all configure the DNS, how we'll do so, we have to go to DC, domain controller. We need to log into the domain controller. I'm going in a full screen mode so that you can see it very carefully. And now let's log in. The domain over here is Contoso. So now it's just logged in. We'll go in server manager. Without wasting time, we have to go to DNS, and we will see that in contoso.com we will create one of the record where we will mention that we need to open the website like www.contoso.com, and the IP is 192.168.3.51, where you are actually hosting the website. So you'll see it right now when I expand the forward lookup zone. Right now we don't have any record for a record for that particular server, so we just go for www, and you see the fully qualified domain name is www.contoso.com, and the IP address of the server, which where we are hosting our IIS services. So this is the IP address, so we can just add host. This record is now created. Once the record is created, so you can see now that is actually for the public consoles. If for the internal consoles, like internal website which will be hosted or for the intranet purpose, so I need to have a second record for that. So I can just create another record, a record internal. You know that DNS means mapping the name with an IP address, so that's what I'm doing it over here for the internal website, so it makes sense. So I have two records now. Let me create the record by clicking on add host. Once it is done, two records have been created. Now we will actually test those these are DNS names are working or not. So what we can do now, open the web browser, type www.contoso.com, test it out, see what happens. It is working. That means the IIS is installed in the server, which is 192.168.3.51, and as we have created the record, so this is everything is perfect. So let's test the another one, that is internal.contoso. So internal.contoso.com. Let's see, and we'll see the how we can do the troubleshooting if suppose things are not working. So this is working right now. So this is what you see that what we are trying to do. But if suppose I wanted to open a website which um, should be open with the contoso.pri, so I will make some changes over here. This was just a case where we were just talking about we need to open with the contoso.com, but that will not be an internal website. That will be again accessible from the public zone. So this is what I don't want it over here. I will delete this. Just give an example over here. So we'll go in contoso.pri and create another record that is internal. So you will get to know that this why we are creating, so that we can call by a FQDN, that is internal contoso.pri, for our internet purpose, intranet. Remember, I'm not talking internet, I'm talking about the intranet, internal websites, internal for the internal access. So this is the best name that you can give, internal.contoso.pri. Perfect. Now the record is created. Now we can test it out. Just close it. Just test. See the response. So you see everything is perfect now. So as you have seen it, that we have created the DNS records for the public and the intranet, the internet and the intranet website. We have created www.contoso.com and internal.contoso.pri. So this is working correctly. Everything is going fine till now. Let's create the web pages and add the web application support. We need to adding the web application support. So how we can do that? We'll create a web page in a default website, and let's test it out. Because I would suggest that if we can see the demo, that will be more clear. You see iOS is installed over here, so let's see that what is the IP address of this. You see the IP 3.10, so you have iOS also over here. We have, let's see the another server. We have SVR1. Let's log into SVR1 and test it out. Something like what is the IP address. So what I would like to show you, that the IP address 3.51 was related to which server, so that I wanted to show you over here. Before we go ahead, let's log in with the domain credentials. contoso.com/administrator, and just bring the password. Just logging in. Let's see what happens now. No, the password is not correct. Let's see it gets logged in or not. If it is joined on the main, yeah. So once is it logged in, I want to show you the path where the default website. You can see an IIS is installed over here, so we can just open this as well as the file explorer, where we can explore some things which is very important to know. So once you double click on C drive, you have inetpub. This is where the things you can see. Once the IIS is installed, then the inetpub is there, and just check www, and this is what is the IIS start default website which opens. But I need to create one of the file called default.htm, and wanted to host that website. So just open the notepad. Very simple, very simple. So you can just type remove the default website on non SVR1. So that's simple, as very simple statement. There's a closing tag. We can just save it in the same path where we were just talking about. And name it as default.htm. Once it's saved, just you see you have default.htm now. Just expand sites. You see a lot of websites are being hosted over here, but we wanted to try the default one where you see the default website and test it out by clicking on it and see what happens. Yeah, the default website on the LON SVR one. To see how we can test this as well. Now let us test one of the ASP website. So for that we need to do something different as well. So what we need to do, we have one of the ASP files which is kept in C drive sites and default. So let's go over there and let's copy. Let's take it like a test page. We can copy and we can paste it in inetpub www. Actually we are trying that we can open this page. You see this is one of the ASP.NET web page. This is a test one and that was a ASP. So to check how we can test this, we have to add ASP role service. That is important. For that reason only we are here, so that to know that this is what you were seeing the HTML website to be hosted, but now we need to actually host ASP website. So go to server manager. It's a very easy thing to do. Just go over here, add roles and features. It's taking time. Let's give him time. Now it's done. Let's add roles and features. Next. Oh. So everything is perfect. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the IIS and directly landing up to see we have to install the ASP. That's important, and that's a part of application development. So we have to expand web server and find the application development. Yeah, so you can find over here that ASP.NET, everything you can find. So just scroll down to see ASP.NET is installed. I'm just installing ASP now. Things are going better. Install it. Now once it's done, now you can even host ASP website. Very easy to understand. It's not so difficult to execute and run ASP based website. And you can see that once it is installed, we can test it out in LON DC1. And we'll test with www.contest.com/testpage.asp, and you will see that once it is executed, so what will happen, you will able to see the IIS version, physical path and application path, because as you can see in the root let's open this with the notepad. We can open a notepad like this. So there's another way as well. If you're not getting from there, you just open it, open just up for all files, ASP test page. So you see what this says, that will acquire, it will take the information of server name, server protocol, local address, server port, server software, it's a physical path as well as path information and other details as well, and you'll see it when it's executed. It's a good code to execute. So let's go to the DC one and let's try testing this website. Not so difficult to do so. This is what we are doing daily. We are opening a lot of websites. Yes, that's the same way. Contoso.com, and we can go for test page, but it's not ASPX, it's ASP. You see the information is executed, that file is executed of ASP, and it's giving you the information of server name, protocol, IP, port, IS version, that's 815, the path, it's a physical path, application path, and so on. And who's the client? You know that who's the client, and client port. So dynamic port it's taking, and the client requests get, and you see it's very easy to understand that there is the information is being given over here. It's a very logical. And let's create some virtual directories and the applications which will help you to understand a little bit more about IS. So let's talk about that. Let's move towards SVR1 and let's have more experiment to be done. You see now that we can add a folder to the default website, and everything is ready with us. We can just do it in a different ways and add some folders or virtual directories and applications so that you can understand about this, how we can actually execute it. So this is one of the content which we need to know over here, like in C drive, in sites, and in default we have some folders. This is very important for us, these two photos and docs. So what we need to do, that I need to copy this doc folder and paste it where we can execute this. So I want that I should copy and paste in the same drive where we can test it out directly. I'm going over here, computer root, and pasting over here. That's making some sense. Like now we need to add into IS. Now how we can do that, and do we need a folder or a concept of virtual directory or some other concept? Can what we can do? So now we need to we will see that automatically it will be added. That's the simplest concept that you can see it. You see now I'll expand, and it's so intelligent that it will see some folder inside it. Expanding sites, expanding default website, you will see the default site underscore docs over here. So that's so easy, and you can even test it out. So you can test out like contoso.com, and then you can type default site underscore docs. But you know that in this case there is no site name, what do you say, alias name, because we are actually opening with something like default site docs. This is not the proper name. We need to add, so I will add another virtual directory, and I'll show you another way how we can do so. So just right click, add a virtual directory. I want that I should call with a very simple name called photos. This concept you're not able to see it when we were copy pasting, and this is now I'm doing with the IS, that I'm adding the virtual directory. Previously we did without IS interface, where we were not able to have the concept of alias. That makes sense, yeah. So let's go to the folder. I think it's very slow to respond. So go over here. What I can do, I just wanted to have this path, so I can just double click. This is my path. I can copy, paste it over here, and press OK. So you see, and you see the icon that is not there in www root, but still had it as a virtual directory. So, and you see things over here, the difference. What is the difference? You cannot, this was just a kind of folders, and this was a virtual directory, and you can have more options over here, rather than you see over here you have less options. On the action pan you have more options for the photos, yeah, so that's much better. So now we can even test like contoso.com/photos, and you see the result, and then we can add some applications, and that will be the things which will clear out some things over here. www.contoso.com, and I'll say with the very easy alias photos, yeah. So you can see it's working fine. So let's add some application and test it out. So right click, and you can add the application. You see we have default application pool, that's default app pool, and alias name you can set it out over here, like horror app. So you can, this will not no, that's much better. I wanted to have the website for the order app, and that is over here for me. Go back without wasting time. We can just go over here, take this path, copy it, and paste it over here. Now things are done for us, and now this is a application. You see different tags. This the icon. This is the folder. This is the virtual directory, and you have more options. And over here you have even more options than what you have in the virtual directory. You see that? So you see. So this, you can see now that we have created the web app. We have added the web applications, and we can test it out, no problem with that, by contoso.com/order app, and it will work. So you know how to do, and even we can convert some we can convert it to the application. Some directory can be converted into application by right click, and you can do that. So, and it's easy to do so. It's not so difficult, and the things has been done. So it's so easy to convert a particular virtual directory to the application, and even you can test it out, and things will be working fine. And this is what we wanted to know, and things has been done. Thank you. I hope you had enjoyed this video. Bye bye.